What's an incredibly American thing Americans don't realize is American? I am American. When I moved to Australia, I was constantly asked 3 questions. 1. How do you pronounce aluminum? 2. How do you pronounce jaguar? 3. Are red Solo cups a real thing? In all the movies, whenever there is a house party, everyone has a red Solo cup. I was caught completely off guard by the Solo cup question. Ever since then, I've been very attentive to these damn red cups. They really are everywhere. Edit. Well, this blew the fuck up. Keep the questions coming. Referring to your region by the nearest big city even when you're on the other side of the planet. I worked in London with people from all over, and it was painful watching someone from Lithuania struggle to understand the American insisting they come from Austin. They'd pull a confused face and apologetically ask them where it was again, and the American just repeats Austin. Not everyone in the world knows every US city. Just say Texas. Or America. Especially if they don't understand the first time and ask for clarification. Not owning a passport. I don't know if that is a myth, but I hear that a huge percentage of Americans have never been out of the country and don't even have a passport. I understand that the US is huge with a massive range of landscapes and climate, but it still seems a little odd to me. According to the US State Department, they estimate 37% of US citizens don't own a passport. 2. I'm sure there are plenty of perfectly good reasons for it. It's not a criticism. 3. Today I learned a lot fewer people than I realized have passports. Typical that my most upvoted comment on Reddit turns out to be nonsense. Speaking very loud in public places. I think that's the #1 reason American tourists stand out like a sore thumb. I'm talking about a normal conversation. I get that people get louder when they are drunk or enthusiastic or super happy. But the phenomenon I'm describing here is just day-to-day conversation in a very loud voice. It's like there is a lack of awareness of their surroundings. If no one is talking that loud, neither should you. 2. It's nuts how many of you get angry, defensive, and start pointing the finger at others, when so many people agree. Also, it's a minor flaw, don't sweat it. I don't understand why everyone reacts so incredibly. When I lived in France, these were the American stereotypes I overheard. Having straight, white teeth and spending hundreds of dollars on your smile. Oh, and minty toothpaste. Using "I love you" for a variety of situations, even platonically. Hugging people. In other countries, hugging is considered really intimate. You Americans hug people they just met. McDonald's. I tried to explain so many times that most Americans don't eat McDonald's 3 meals a day. Face with tears of joy. Being too positive or too polite. Not American but living here, spread use of credit cards. I told a friend in Europe I got a new one for only trips, and he said, "Wow, you must be doing good to have more than one." It was interesting explaining how they have no fees or how it gives perks for free and I can use them to pay anything here. American, I have randomly chatted with random checkout clerks, bus riders, fellow campers, whatever, and heard weird life stories and unexpected shit by saying, "Hey, how you doing?" I've heard people say, "Well, I've been better, and this day is absolutely shit," and I once had a Subway sandwich maker tell me she got engaged yesterday and was just on cloud 9. I think American are just okay with "we're all human, doing this human thing the best we can, small talk, trying to relate to each other. We all have ups and downs." Having more than one job. Having more than one job and still struggling. Having a college or university degree and living in a car. Having study debt. Working so hard, and then hardly getting any holiday time off to recover from all that work. If you do get a few days off, still having to check your mails. Working so many hours, and then if you don't have time to exercise or if you're just too tired, being told that you're not dedicated or undisciplined. Etc. etc. High school marching bands. My Canadian high school had a concert band and a jazz octet. One year they did an exchange with a high school from somewhere in New York that turned out to only have a marching band. They included their flag drill team in the trip and were surprised that no activities were planned for them. The culture clashes were hilarious. The marching band realizing that they were going to be playing a concert seated on a stage, when they discovered that there was only one person who played the drums in our band and the audience of Canadian high schoolers reacting to a bunch of Americans doing military-style drills with flags and dummy rifles.